What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to This Week in NFL Review. I'm Richie. Joining me, as always, is Chantz and Elgin. Guys, good to be back. So this is our second show of the off-season, our last show.
Actually third.
Our third show of the off-season. Well, we did the Super Bowl, and then we did some trivia, and then reviewing the Super Bowl. So here, we're going to take things a little bit differently, mixing it up, this whole off-season. We're taking a look at the teams in the AFC East and what they should do in free agency. Elgin, you should explain it a little bit more.
So what we're doing today is explaining how we're basically doing off-season predictions, what the Jets could do to improve, what the Jets could do, and the better their situation. If, unlike the Bills, the Jets actually have some money to work with here. You got, by the way, the rules is that you can cut, trade, restructure.
Unlike the Jets, the Bills actually made the playoffs.
Well, okay, buddy.
Talking about the playoffs for once.
Richie, how about you start with the Jets?
All right, so the New York Jets, they are one of the more wealthier teams in the cap space situation. They up to almost $21 million, but they do have a lot of key free agents that they need to re-sign.
They're your key free agents. Yikes, look at that list.
I mean, these are a lot of guys.
Like, oh my God.
Quinn
You have Carl
Jefferson,
Lawson, Bryce Hall, the running back.
Mekhi Becton.
Mekhi Becton's going to be a big
Bryce
one.
Hall's the cornerback.
Yeah.
I put cornerback.
So I think if they keep it how it is, they'll probably have like $10 million to spend.
Yeah.
If they want to sign like Mekhi Becton.
So what will be your first move in those free agents?
Well, if I'm New York, I'm taking some key looks at guys on that O-line.
Yeah, key looks.
You
Definitely.
have to, because that O-line is what got Aaron Rodgers' season done in his fourth snap as a New York Jet. So if I am the New York Jets, I'm investing heavy in the offensive line. A lot of people are saying going after guys like Mike Evans. And
They don't need a receiver right now.
They don't. I don't think they do. I think they have a solid wide receiver room. And Garrett Wilson had a good rookie year last year. I believe he hit over 1,000, correct?
He did.
He did.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was a good season.
With poor quarterback play.
Exactly. So I think getting Aaron Rodgers, that bumps that team up a lot. But to have Aaron Rodgers, you have to build the O-line. The defense isn't too much of a concern. I think Robert Saleh has that unit figured out. I mean, they had moments, but if they get a healthy Aaron Rodgers, it all starts on the offensive line. And I think it starts with getting Becton back, making sure he's healthy, and taking a look at some of the other key offensive lineman targets on the market.
Anyone you would cut specifically from that team?
None that really come to mind.
Anyone you would trade, maybe?
I would get Zach Wilson out of there. I think keeping him there, it's just really not benefiting you. I think they need to go after a good backup quarterback in free agency, though. Take a look at somebody. I don't believe Jameis Winston will be a free agent, will he?
No.
Jameis Winston will be a free agent,
He will?
actually.
I say the Jets probably sign Jameis Winston to a one-year deal just to back up Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a better backup than Zach Wilson is.
Who do you think they should take with the 10th pick? What position group?
So they're sitting at 10. I think they have to invest in the O-line.
Have to bolster up that group there?
They have to. I mean, if they want Aaron Rodgers standing, keeping him, healthy, then yeah, you got to invest in the O-line.
All right.
So I'll just go backwards. I'll talk about the draft first. I think they're actually going to trade the pick because I feel like if they could get more value and draft an O-lineman later, saying that they signed Mekhi Becton, I think that's what they're going to do. Try to get more picks for the future. Hence in that they traded everything for freaking Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that's happening. I think in a sense, who do they have to get rid of? Definitely Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson just end it from there. I think signing Jake Browning, who was a Bengal. Yeah. Even anyone in these backups that's played pretty well, they could have. And then I think a receiver. I don't know. They have pretty good receivers, so I'll keep it off of there. We actually have a special guest, so come on, Jordan.
Our Emmy Award-winning teacher.
Emmy teacher.
Yeah.
How'd it feel winning it?
It was very, very great. How does it feel having your own talk show?
It's amazing.
Yeah,
we're going to win one soon. Don't worry.
We're going to win one soon.
Thank me in your speech.
Well, we will. Don't worry. When I graduate, I'll mention you.
You'll mention me where?
in his diary.
I don't think they do speeches for every
I'm going to have a speech. I'm going to force myself
to do a
speech.
They used to have, the top of the class. What is that called?
Silver Scholar?
Yeah.
No, the top person in class gives
The
a speech.
valedictorians or something?
Valedictorian. And then they have the bottom of the class, which would be
You.
And you would give the bottom of the
Dang.
class speech representing the kids that barely graduated.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
I don't know how I got this far.
I could have done it without Mr. Joyner.
He took his naps towards the end of the day.
Oh
He
my
made it.
God.
No, we
Maybe your
believe in
show will
Richie.
have one of these one time.
We will have
So
it.
keep
one
the
day.
show
That's
going.
amazing.
We're going to keep the
course.
show going.
We will.
Definitely.
We will.
Don't worry, we're going to keep the show going. Thank you, Mr. Joyner.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it was
Thank
good.
you.
It was great.
Enjoy your
course.
endeavors. We'll miss you.
We're gonna
Yes.
miss you.
We're gonna miss you, Joyner.
All right.
Touch the Emmy.
So I finished the Jets.
Yeah.
It's on to you.
For my Jets, the Jets right now, I'll be honest with you, they're honestly little fun fact, when I was doing this research, more than 60% of their cap space is going towards defense.
Yeah.
Defense, all defense. And I'll be saying, it shows. This defense is a top 10, top 5 unit every year. They are really good. They are really good every year. It's just the offense can't produce.
Inconsistent.
Inconsistent. I mean, as a coach myself, it gets tiresome when the offense can't go out there and score. So of course you're going to get tired and you're going to allow some
Yeah,
points.
that's true.
But most of the time, before the second half of games, when the Jets have some points that close to tying or something, the defense plays absolutely bonkers. I've seen this.
You would know a thing or two about that, right? Week 1 Monday Night Football in
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, I think you
Lost
would know
to- lost
something.
Zach
I
Wilson.
think you would know something
We
about
swept
that
the Jets.
too.
We
So-
swept
What
the
happened
Jets.
with us though?
We swept the Jets.
When your
They beat
defense
the
was so
Jets.
good with Jalen
They beat the
Ramsey,
Jets.
what happened?
Huh? We're not
What
talking
happened?
about
Yeah,
Buffalo
okay.
right now. Look at them making
As-
it about the Bills.
You just talking
as-
about what you mean? Okay.
So for the defense, I would resign a lot of the key pieces on defense to keep that defense together.
I think so. Yeah.
Keep that defense. Give Rodgers some comfort. And of course, going with
took it
Richie,
on
I
his
think we
guys.
should re-sign Mekhi Becton.
For sure. I
For
think
sure,
that's
yeah.
number 1 in
Yep.
re-sign.
And I think we should. I think we're gonna, and then for a lot of guys that we're gonna extend some guys to,
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think we should hold heavily, like you said. I think they should get a receiver. I think they need. Maybe they'll sign like a cheap receiver. I don't know. Go trade for Devontae Parker. I don't want that guy. Take him. It's just creates no separation whatsoever. And
Take
like
Stephon Diggs. Could have him.
honestly, the Jets would be filthy with him. To be
Yeah,
honest
no,
with you.
don't do that. Trade Stephon Diggs for
Like they need to protect their 30.
Sequel
They need
to
to
the
protect their
Arizona.
38-year-old quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is in that retirement area right now. He just came off an Achilles tear, which is he's not a mobile quarterback whatsoever. I mean, he's got some speed on him, but they got to bolster up his line. That's what caused Rodgers' injury. They got to bolster up this offensive line.
I agree.
All right.
100%.
I
On next.
We want to let's do counter.
Yeah, we'll do a counter.
Swing.
I
All
should
right.
talk about this one.
And then now for the Bills. The Bills. Wow, the Bills have tons of stuff going on here. Negative $41 million in cap.
Oh.
Yikes.
are
Definitely
some
needs to
big
do some
names.
money laundering and fundraising.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Micah Hyde.
Oh my
Taylor
goodness,
Rapp,
look at the
Leonard
free
Floyd.
agents.
Gabe Davis.
Secondary, D tackle, Porna Ford, oh my God.
Puna.
And AJ Epstein and Ty Johnson, my goodness. I don't think this, I don't know. First of all, let's get straight to business. We're restructuring Matt Milano. We're restructuring Stephon Diggs. We're trading him. We're cutting Von Miller. That will probably get us around.
Are we doing nothing with Tre'Davious White?
Tre'Davious White, we're going to just restructure him. That's what we're going to do, restructure. We're going to restructure Tre'Davious White, and if he doesn't restructure, we're trading him. And we'll pray to the heavens Josh Allen will take a pay cut.
He will.
He-
He
I
said
think
he
so.
will. He
Yeah.
said he will.
And looking at this key free agents, honestly, I want to resign Leonard Floyd. That guy is
He was good for us, actually.
inconsistent. Micah Hyde, you can resign. Taylor Rapp, I would resign. Gabe Davis can walk. Your D tackles can stay, and then AJ Epstein
Epinepsi?
Epinepsi.
What?
I don't know how to say his name. Ty
Epinepsi.
Johnson, I guess, could stay. But I think you guys would do great. In the draft, you guys have a late pick because you guys made it pretty decently far in the playoffs. And I think you guys should invest in a receiver. I don't think you should sign someone in free agency. You clearly don't have the money for that anyways. So I think you should guys go grab maybe like a big time receiver. You know what? Trade up to get Marvin Harris Jr. No, you guys can't do that. You guys do not have anything to do that. So
Well,
don't. Shush.
you can continue?
Jerry Rice's son is in the draft. Maybe you can go get him.
You're funny.
You can get Jerry Rice's son in the draft.
So I agree with most of your take on the signings part. I think we have to get rid of Diggs. I mean, they're brothers, Josh Allen and Diggs, but you see what he does. Like every year in the playoffs, he just doesn't go. He just has that block, that barrier. And when we won that 4 or 5 game streak in the last weeks, he was non-existent. And you could see that Dalton Kincaid and Shakir, more of a rookie. Like I know Shakir isn't a rookie, but Dalton Kincaid was. They're producing more than Stephon Diggs was towards later in the season. So I think if we let Stephon Diggs get traded to a team, obviously, that won't compete with us like right now, and then you get rid of Von Miller because bro was non-existent, and then restructure Matt Milano and Tre'Davious White. If Tre'Davious White doesn't, you trade him and keep Russell Douglas, the really good cornerback. Well, he played really good.
I don't think he's a free agent. I think you guys still have him signed.
Well, we have him for 1 more year, but yeah. And then from there, our free agents, we definitely keep AJ Epinesa. We definitely, I want to say definitely keep Ty Johnson, but he could be our backup, like our third or second string backup. And then we definitely want Daquan Jones. Everyone else, I mean, it's like they're getting old. Or Leonard Floyd, him too, but they're all getting old.
Get a lot of restructuring and trading going happening.
Yeah.
And
stuff down.
I think if we really want a good receiver, the best way to do it is do a package with Stephon Diggs on it, get like a top 10 pick, and then hope we get a good receiver.
Just who's willing the top 10 to get Stephon Diggs?
That's the thing. I like Diggs a lot, but I don't think Chicago will give up a top 10.
Top three pick.
Well, they pick
9. Yeah,
and 9. Yeah, I don't think they would give up either. I mean, obviously.
Why wouldn't they? If they get a new receiver,
why? Because they could just draft
plenty of receivers.
Because they could draft a younger wide receiver. Diggs he's not old in any sense,
but
but
Caleb Williams.
I think they already announced they're not trading the 9 pick.
And then afterwards, get another receiver.
Wouldn't it be a better idea to pair him with a younger wide receiver? He already has DJ Moore, who's a good number 1.
But you don't know that these young receivers are going to succeed.
Well, that's why you draft them and take the chance.
But Diggs, you already know succeed.
We're not even talking about the Bears. The Bears, listen. Listen, I know putting a veteran out there is a good idea, but listen, do you think Diggs would excel on the Bears? Because listen, the Bears are not really pass heavy. They're really, really run heavy. So
well, once they get a new quarterback,
I think that I think they should keep Fields because I don't think he's that.
I think so too. I love Fields.
I do, but that's the thing, because you don't want to kick yourself. Because if Caleb Williams is what everyone says he's going to be, I know this is like really off topic. We're not even talking about the draft, but if Caleb Williams is what we think he's going to be,
it's going to be the biggest like why moment
because
ever.
you're stuck with another season of Justin Fields, and because what if Justin Fields goes out there, you get him Marvin Harrison Jr. at 1, or you trade out of that situation, you get one of the other top receivers at 9, or even trade out of number 1, back a couple picks,
like 4 or
take
5,
an elite receiver, exactly. And what if Fields still can't make that work? Then now you're looking at the GM. Yeah. You really pass on Caleb Williams. Let's say Caleb Williams goes and wins Rookie of the Year with New England or Washington or wherever he goes. Yeah. Exactly. And you say, we could have had that. Instead, we're sticking with Fields. Because I don't think Fields is going to really succeed. I think Fields could do better in another team.
I think Fields could be elite if he was on a team with a better coach. It's just him being in the Bears atmosphere over and over. And then he's just had switch with coaches. Everyone's just been switching. It's been in his head. He's in his head. He's like, how am I going to make this work?
I agree. I'd love to see him in Atlanta. I honestly
that would be a nice move.
I think a new coach, new quarterback. It's they could trade maybe a second, maybe a third, even for him. Because if they're gonna go quarterback, I mean, I can see that happening.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like whatever the Bears decision make, it's going to be franchise changing.
Of course.
Whatever. I mean, but this is gonna be ultimately. This is either. Whatever they pick, it has to they've been doing this for about 5 years.
Yeah.
7 years actually. Quarterback after quarterback after Cutler. After Cutler left, they've been going after quarterback after quarterback after quarterback.
It's terrible. Not everyone's lucky though. That's how you have to look at it. Not everyone's gonna get it.
But I think they are lucky. Caleb Williams is one of the best prospects we've seen in a while.
My take is that if they don't take Caleb Williams, then they're not going to succeed.
I agree with that.
All right. Let's go back on topic with the Bills.
All right, so as for Buffalo, I think you do trade them away to a team that, or I'm sorry.
You trade that?
Just trade Stephon Diggs away. Yeah, trade the whole franchise, get him out of here. That would help the Dolphins a lot. But no, I think they'll trade Diggs. I think his time is coming. To where, I'm not sure. Maybe a younger team, maybe, you said Arizona. Houston would be an interesting one. I think Houston is going to put a lot of money into Saquon Barkley in this offseason.
Ooh, that's a good.
I think so. I think that's pretty linked. But, yeah, I think Buffalo, they have to re-sign those guys that you talked about. I think Diggs will go. They do have a good spot with Rasul Douglas. So I think they can afford to get rid of Trey White. I don't think they would get too great value back for him draft-wise.
No, maybe like a third or
Yeah,
fourth.
because he's coming off an injury last season.
He's coming off an injury, but when he
contracts.
did play off of already
Yeah.
a ACL, he looked good.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's kind of similar to the Xavier Howard situation. I think he's better now than Howard is right now, but
Yeah.
I think he's gonna end up
Bye-bye.
traded. Yeah.
All right.
So on to the next team, my team, the Dolphins. We spent a lot of money a few years ago on guys like Tyreek Hill. Spent a lot of money extending some guys. Jalen Ramsey with a lot of money.
names.
And now the Dolphins have negative $29,700,000 in cap space, and we have some big guys, big name guys to re-sign. Christian Wilkins, Connor Williams are two big ones. I think those two will get done. Actually, I'm kind of
Eli Apple.
yeah, Eli Apple's not a big name, but the ones I think will hurt the most if we do lose them out of everybody that on our free agency list, Christian Wilkins, Connor, our center, and then Andrew Van Ginkel. I think Van Ginkel is such a good depth guy. I think he's going to get re-signed because I just think he likes it here. I like his agent.
Did he tear something or get hurt?
Yeah, he did get hurt towards the end of the year in that Tennessee game.
He's been with the. How long has that guy been with the team?
He's been with the Dolphins since he was drafted in
Yeah, he was a 10
2019.
year.
So, yeah, and Connor Williams, I think it would be big. I think we're going to let him experiment free agency, but I do think that we'll end up bringing him back. That's the one the one I'm most nervous about is Robert Hunt. He was really consistent when he wasn't hurt, and he wasn't hurt that much this season. So I think getting a deal done with him is the second priority, and number one is Christian Wilkins. That defensive line is absolutely insane when he is healthy, when Chubb is healthy, and when Jalen Phillips is healthy. I think those guys get re-signed. Everyone else could walk. Eli Apple's not playing another snap for this team. And I think draft-wise, we might go tight end.
Who are you going to restructure to get all this money?
Restructure? Well, that's the thing, because I don't like that we're doing this offseason, but Tua's due for an extension.
He already got his extension, apparently.
They're agreeing on it. It hasn't been signed yet, but once that does sign, that's going to mess up our cap some more.
In 2021, he signed an extra 4-year deal. So
Tua?
he still has another year after this year.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking into. I think they're going to re-sign him soon just to get it out of the way.
And biggest things about, as you were saying, like you guys got some fat contracts. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even have that bad.
Hopefully, if Tyreek is more, open to it, maybe we could take some money off. Like he could take a pay cut. I feel like he would be willing to do that. He's always seemed team first. Ramsey, I'm not sure because we're paying him a lot of money as well.
He's your top contract.
Wait,
yeah.
You said Tyreek Hill's team first. If he was team first, he'd still be with Kansas City.
He likes Miami better. Something about the warmth and he likes Miami better. But
and you have to face Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be too noisy in free agency. I don't think there's anything.
Got some internal problems.
Yeah, just focus on what we have here because we have a group that I think can take it there.
You have a Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah,
you just
I think so. I think we just need to change some coaching. Bringing in a new defensive coordinator helps. Hopefully,
head coach.
No, head coach is fine. We just need to take
head coach.
the offensive play calling away from him, especially when it's late and close games in the fourth quarter because I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, in the draft, I think go focus on the defense mainly, but then I think a tight end because we pick around 23, 24 this draft.
Oh yeah, there's a good tight end. I forgot what's his name.
His name, I believe it's something Sanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he would.
Some guy other than Brock Bowers.
Yeah, other than Brock Bowers. So, yeah, and I think just take the pressure off of putting the full focus on our defense on this draft because I think a tight end would help out.
Right.
So, what do you think about the Dolphins?
I like that. I agree with that. I feel like your offense is, in my opinion, a lot better than your defense. Your defense played better, but your offense has a lot better weapons. So I feel like you could either get rid of or cut a couple offensive pieces because you still have the big bolster
receiver
of your
room.
team.
Yeah,
You
I
have
don't
the
think
receiver
Barrios is
room.
coming back.
You don't have to. You have a second-year running back who's insanely good.
Chantz,
Get rid of
yes.
Mostert or something. Save some money there.
Get rid of most. Okay, that's
I'm just saying,
not right now.
There's stuff you're gonna have to do where you're gonna be like, what the heck? But you could see it your second year. Look what we did with James Cook. We got rid of Singletary. We got rid of Moss too, just for James Cook.
Okay, but Singletary didn't just come off of a Pro Bowl
No,
year.
I
where he
know.
led
I'm
the
not
league in
saying.
rushing
I'm just saying
touchdowns.
like Singletary was a fan favorite, and we had to get rid of him over money base.
That's true.
You're gonna see people who are like mainly good, and I think it's gonna come off of your offense, just so you could sign people like Wilkins and all these other Connor Williams and all that.
I think
and
so.
then draft base, I would agree with tight end, but I really feel like this is a year where you want to draft and develop a cornerback because you're on the later contracts of Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard, and you're still in the elite progress where they could teach the youngin of a cornerback how to be great. So that would be my guess, and then draft a tight end or something like that.
I agree with that. I've seen a lot about that. But the Dolphins, we took a corner in the 3rd last year. We took Cam Smith, and Vic Fangio just did not allow him to play. He got no playing time last year, which is interesting.
Because Vic Fangio apparently didn't want to be there. So
yeah, exactly. So that's why I think. So I don't know. It's an interesting situation, but
It is.
give us New England real quick.
I have to do the Dolphins. I haven't done the
Oh
Dolphins.
yeah, go ahead.
But little fun fact: they got A+ on everything for the player survey stuff,
I know that's very.
except for winning
interesting.
playoff games.
Yeah, well, guess what? The Patriots have no playoff wins since Brady left, or no playoff appearances since 1 year. After Brady left, I don't know.
Okay, but for the Dolphins, I'm going to do this really quickly. For the Dolphins, we're going to re-sign. So first we got to get this money situation. We're going to restructure Teron Armstead. Got to restructure that guy. Restructure Jalen Ramsey. Restructure Tyreek Hill. Extend Tua. Push the money all the way back for Tua. Push it way back. Like, you know how they stretch out contracts.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then for re-signing, we gotta keep this O-line intact for Tua to make his decision because that guy takes forever. And we're definitely gonna re-sign some of the Van Dekel's definitely a big maybe. Isaiah Wynn can walk. He wasn't. I saw he was hurt most of the time. But honestly, you guys of course re-signed the punter. It's cheap. But in the draft, I think you guys should tackle. The biggest thing you need to tackle right now in the draft is probably honestly get a CB corner.
I think so.
Yeah, corner. There's just you guys have to make a really big cap calculation with Xavier Howard. So yeah.
Well, want to thank you guys for tuning in. Unfortunately, we couldn't get to New England. We'll get to them next episode when we come up with something new and fun to do. Thank you guys so much
sure about that.
for tuning in. Thank you to Joyner. Thank you guys. See you guys next time.